cities in America that identify as strongly with an athlete as Norfolk, Virginia does with Pernell Whitaker. And right now in his dressing room, two of his youngest fans, his sons Dominique and Pernell Jr., are helping him prepare for today's bout. Pernell Jr. wasn't even born 3 years ago when his daddy won an Olympic gold medal at Los Angeles, but he was here in March when Pernell Sr. scored his most impressive professional victory over Roger Mayweather. Whitaker dropped the former world champion in the first round and won a convincing decision. He will have to be in top form again today against Miguel Santana, another young world-rated lightweight contender. In his 22 fights as a pro, Santana has demonstrated an aggressive style that combines boxing ability, a solid chin, and punching power. Both men know that the winner here today takes a giant step toward a world championship.
Yes, two speedy lightweights, 135-pounders, Whitaker and Santana, getting ready for a fight this afternoon on ABC's Wide World of Sport.
And we will take you back to Norfolk for that fight in just a few minutes.
In Norfolk, you're looking at El Zorro, Miguel Santana of Puerto Rico in the Bronx, New York. Only one loss, 12 big knockouts. 22 years old, his second chance at the United States Boxing Association title, and he is highly ranked. As we now look at the hometown hero, let's hear the greeting. Pernell Whitaker. Spangles, bobbles on the robe of Whitaker, the undefeated lightweight. Zorro better have the finesse of a Tyrone Power or a George Hamilton in the ring against Whitaker. I'm Chris Schenkel, delighted to be back with our boxing analyst, Alex Walu. Alex, the Whitaker story is an interesting one.
Chris, it really is. He's only had 13 professional fights, but already his career seems to have taken 3 distinct stages. When he turned professional, he was so advanced. He made the transition to the pros so effortlessly that he seemed way ahead of schedule. Then he was injured, broke his left ankle and later his left hand, and those injuries set him behind schedule, behind his teammates like Evander Holyfield and Mark Breland, who have already won world titles. And finally in March, right here at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia, he came back against a former world champion, Roger Mayweather, and he seemed to get right back on schedule. He seems back on track. We'll see if he can continue that today, again against Miguel Santana, a very competent world-class lightweight, a tough, aggressive man, good puncher, good, adequate boxing skills. He has a good jab, and he works the body extremely well. Interestingly, Santana, Chris, was most impressive in the only loss of his career against Terrence Ali, who lost a very narrow decision to Jose Luis Ramirez in a fight for the title last week.
Okay, Zorro Santana has just been introduced here at the Scope in Norfolk, where there are probably 5,000 fans. Bruce Rader, the ring announcer, introducing the hometown hero. Here it is.
With a record of 13-0, with 7 knockouts, wearing the blue trunks with the red trim, from Norfolk, Virginia, the former Olympic champion and current U.S. Boxing Association lightweight champion, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Partisan crowd, a friendly crowd for this 23-year-old gold medal winner. What a sensational performance in Los Angeles, and through 13 professional fights. This highly ranked lightweight now getting instructions along with Santana on the left from a former and now retired Navy pilot, Al Rothenberg, the referee. Experienced World War II pilot, Korea, the Jets. He was the first commander of Wally Schirra, one of the first astronauts. So here we go with the judges who do all the scoring: Chris Wallison, Nicasio Drake, and Milton Green. These are USBA rules. Scheduled 12 rounds. As we look at the tail of the tape, Whitaker Santana.
Very even statistics, Chris. This is the kind of fight that's not going to be won by anybody having an overwhelming height or reach advantage. It's going to be won about who can establish rhythm initially, who takes charge of this fight, and then who's able to maintain his concentration as the fight progresses.
All right, in blue and red is the southpaw, undefeated Pernell Whitaker. Let's see how Santana deals with a southpaw. He has a 10-round decision in his last fight about 30 days ago against a southpaw in Atlantic City. You'll see him pressing now. Moving like Zorro, his nickname. Good body shifting by Santana, a couple of inches taller, but look at Whitaker. Eye contact.
Whitaker said to us yesterday he seems to be seeing punches better, Chris. Seeing the opponent's punches better and seeing opportunities for his punches better. Good body punch there, right to the body by Santana.
A terrific first round, good pace. A lot faster than most first rounds. As you just joined us, we're in Norfolk, Virginia. Round 1 scheduled for 12. 134 and a half. Each fighter weighing that last night.
Santana's fought 4 southpaws, left-handed fighters. He's holding and hitting there. We'll see if Rothenberg, Rothenberg's winning it. Santana tends to do that, Chris. He does it in many of his fights. He'll do it as long as the referee lets him.
All right, there was a pretty stiff left hand from the southpaw, Whitaker. Eye on the cheek of Santana.
Good right hook there by
Beautiful right hook.
Yeah, I think that's the key punch of this fight. You'll notice if you watch Santana, Chris, he drops his left. Got hit with the left hand there. He drops his left all the time when he's moving in. And Pernell should be able to come across that with his right jab there, as you see, or a right hook. Watch how low Santana carries his left.
Watch for Pernell Whitaker with his back to us, with a right hook and then a straight left. There he tried that combination. The right was tremendous, the left a little short. That's a beautiful combination. It's been very effective for him in the past.
Lou Dubin, George Benton in Whitaker's corner expected Santana to come out and try to rough up Pernell right off the bat. Try to knock him off his rhythm. They wanted Pernell to establish the jab and use the jab. Hey, look at the left behind the jab.
2 straight right hands.
Not a knockdown. No knockdown. He pushed him down.
For Santana, 3rd bout this year. They love Whitaker here.
He wobbled him with that straight left counter punch, Chris. Santana's tough, in good condition, and conditioning in his heart will keep him. Oh, another one.
But he's hurt for a straight left hand. All right, coming to the end of round 1 here in Virginia. In the Bronx, Santana with a slight cut near his right eyebrow, closed between rounds by Lenny DeJesus. Round 2.
Remains to be seen how long that cut will stay closed, Chris.
Whitaker being pressured, and in most cases showing a lot of good balance and countering on his own. His speed is overwhelming. Beating Santana the punch. His gloves are on the deck. Cleared off by Rothenberg. And Santana keeps being cut with that left hand. Again. Whitaker getting a little over anxious now. Repeatedly throwing the left, and when he does, he leaves himself open for a right hand from Santana. Watch.
Chris, Santana has never been stopped in his career, but he has to stop lunging in like that, or he's going to get stopped here by Pernell Whitaker.
There's a shot in the 2nd round. A minute 25 to go. He looks glassy-eyed. He is taking the count, mandatory 8 after a knockdown. And Whitaker now, let's see what a finisher he is. Against Mayweather, he won 9 big rounds, then walked into a shot, but went on to win. There's one, high on the head.
This fight is just one good punch away from being stopped, Chris. Santana has absolutely nothing.
Spaghetti legs, rubbery legs. 45 seconds, round 2. Whitaker trying to figure out how to finish him. He'll learn.
He's taking his time.
He's losing him. Now 30 seconds, round 2. A good body shot. What courage by Santana. That was a shot on the shoulder.
Just barely connected. Didn't even turn the knuckles into Santana, but was enough to put him down.
That cut out of the right eye, over it. Bleeding now. Rothenberg asking if Santana's okay.
No 3 knockdown rule in effect.
Look at him fighting back. Wobbling now to the corner where Adonis Torres and Lenny DeJesus go to work, especially DeJesus with the ice. Wow.
That's the Whitaker corner there getting the ice. And there's Lenny DeJesus with the swab stick in his mouth. He's working on the cut on the right eye. Right hook, left underneath. Santana trying to fight back, but he's just so open. And that was, as you saw, just cuffed him on the neck, Chris. Wasn't a real punch, but it was enough to put him down.
Well, he's rubber at that point. But let's see what he can do. He looks tough, and he's proven that he is. Never stopped.
Now Rothenberg just called the doctor over, asked if he wanted to take a look at Santana. The doctor did not.
2 doctors in attendance here. George Wong and Pete Simone. Here we go, round 3. 1 knockdown in round 2 if you just joined us. Santana with his back to us. Cut over the right eye in the first round.
Santana's just been lunging in, and he's been hit with almost every counterpunch that Pernell Whitaker has thrown.
Incidentally, the 3 knockdown rule is not in effect. USBA boxing rules.
Just saw Santana wobble again. He has no legs underneath him at all. Pernell taking his time, measuring his man. The interesting thing here, Chris, is that Pernell did not come out here looking for a knockout. He came out just taking what his man gave him, and his man gave him openings for counter punches, and that's what he did.
Beautiful right hooks, straight left hands from the southpaw. Blazing combinations. A lot of ring smarts for a 23-year-old who, as recent as 84, turned professional. Right like there. Oh.
I don't think Miguel Santana has thrown a jab in the fight, Chris, and he's got a good jab. But he tends to get frustrated when he's getting humiliated like this, and he gets out of his boxing style and into this brawling thing, and it's not his strength. He's just lunging in, not landing punches and getting punches in return.
And when he does punch, he's just throwing them.
There he just saw the jab.
First now in the 3rd round with about 1:10 to go. His knockdown came in the 2nd. He had the minute rest. 22-year-old, clearing the cobwebs.
You said in the 2nd round after Santana was knocked down, Chris, that it was good left uppercut inside by Pernell Whitaker. You said we'd see how good of a finisher Pernell Whitaker was. He did not take advantage of having his man hurt on that occasion. He let him off the hook temporarily.
Because he had him on Queer Street. He was ready to go. There's a good left hand. And a right.
I think Pernell is very mindful of the fact that even though he was totally dominating Roger Mayweather in their fight, knocked him down in the 1st round, he lost his concentration and suffered a knockdown himself in the 9th round of that bout. This time he wants to not take any chances, keep his concentration all the way through.
Pernell now doing a lot of waiting out.
I don't know why that wasn't.
Shows you how strong Whitaker is. He is strong. He can.
I don't know why that wasn't a knockdown, Chris. He hit him with a punch and he went off his feet and landed on the canvas. End of round 3.
Still early in the fight. This is the 4th round of a scheduled 12 lightweight bout for the U.S. title. Santana on the left, who was down in the 2nd, cut in the 1st round. Pernell Whitaker, the undefeated Olympic champion in his 14th professional bout, undefeated.
Talked the last round, Chris, about Pernell being careful. It's also possible with all the punches he threw, he ran out of gas a little bit, wanted to collect himself.
hollered from his corner, where's that jab? He's thrown about 4 jabs. They've all been about 1 foot short. Pernell Whitaker. Again, the right hook.
Now the jab. Another.
Interesting what's happening here, Chris. Santana now has total respect for Whitaker. He's not lunging in. He's not giving Pernell the counter-punching opportunities he gave him with his aggression in the first round. And right now, Pernell's not looking good. He's not dominating the fight the same way he was early.
And Lenny DeJesus, the trainer, deserves credit for having Santana in top condition, because he had a storm to weather in the second round. Really in trouble, deep trouble. Sometimes with tiring, punching accuracy leaves you. Pernell trying a little of everything. That left uppercut was short, as you saw. It's an awesome punch.
Pernell's just not ripping those punches inside like he was in the first round and a half, 2 rounds of the fight. No snap. You saw Al Rothenberg respond vigorously there to the fact that Santana tried to push him out of the way in the break to get at Whitaker. Rothenberg pushed him right back. There, the Whitaker trying the counter punches, Chris. A couple landed, but they didn't have the sting and the zip and the accuracy, the location, the placement that his punches had in the first 2 rounds.
Setting himself, not up on his toes. He'd like to end it.
There was a solid left hand. But he didn't put anything together with it.
They'll get a rest in about 5 seconds. We're in the 5th round, scheduled for 12. Whitaker in the blue trunks, red stripe, black and white trunks of El Zorro Santana, who was down in the second. If you just joined us, has made a comeback physically, whereas perhaps Whitaker, if you've just joined us, has tired some in that 4th round. Got a lot of advice, Alex, between rounds from Lou Duva.
So far, Chris, all the marks are on Zorro. He hasn't left them on anybody.
Okay.
There you saw Santana holding Whitaker's right, and on the inside, he let a left go. Rothenberg, the referee, was in the process of breaking him. Again, lunging in with that right hand, and wide open for that left counterpunch. Whitaker, at this stage, is not letting that left go as much. Santana was moving back. The effect was not as great as in the first round.
Well, that right hand by Santana was blocked by the left glove of Whitaker. Twisting and pulling.
It's just a sloppy bout right now.
Yes, it is.
A lot of clean punches. Virtually nothing. There's the best punch of the fight. As I was just about to say, nothing landed by Santana. He landed a good right hand.
Now he's chasing Whitaker. Back to his first round style, and he gets caught.
Exactly. When he chases, he gets hurt. He plays right into Whitaker's hands when he comes in aggressively like that.
Speed is a wonderful asset.
And trying to catch Santana on his left coming in.
Well, he can shift gears about as quickly as any fighter.
There, the right hook, good right hook. And you see Santana trying to get his legs back. That right hook wobbled him. Oh, an uppercut.
Round 5, 47 seconds remaining in the round. Santana, a tough opponent.
Santana's problem is, Chris, he doesn't have any way to win this fight. If he comes after Whitaker trying to rule the body punch, I think hurts Santana. He may say it's low.
And the Whitaker fans are up. 18 seconds till the bell.
I was saying, if Santana
comes in to win, he just takes punches. If he backs off, he can't land punches.
He's just taking too many here in the 5th round. Shades of round 2. He is in trouble.
Chris, you saw about 4 punches before the end of that round. Whitaker sunk that right hand right into the body of Santana. That right hand is hurting Miguel Santana. As he came back to his stool, he was shaking his head.
There's the little guy called Sweet Pea. Other hand, Zorro, and that's Lenny DeJesus applying pressure and a coagulant. That cut at the right edge of his eye. And how refreshing that ice pack on the back of his neck must feel at this point with round 6 coming up. He has taken a lot of telling punches, yet keeps fighting.
He's got a lot of courage. He's got a lot of determination. He just doesn't have the skill to stay with Whitaker.
And he's not fast enough.
Oh, that was not a low blow. That was above the belt. That's a punch the Mexicans have perfected, Chris. A left hook to the body.
All right. This is round 6, scheduled for 12. 1 knockdown, that in the 2nd, Santana.
That unique chant of Sweet Pea that we hear only in the Virginia scope. Of course, their hometown hero, Pernell Whitaker, nicknamed Pete and also nicknamed Sweet Pea.
He grew up about 10 blocks from the scope, so he's really home.
Santana, for the first time in the fight that I've noticed, Chris, switches southpaw. He is a converted southpaw. Tries to confuse the opponent. He is not going to confuse Pernell Whitaker. Pernell Whitaker faced an awful lot of southpaws in the amateurs and handled all of them.
And that little body punch that goes 2 to the head hurt more. Another body shot. Oh, another. Lifted him right off the deck. Can he take it?
Santana thought he was going to come out and win this fight. Rothenberg is stopping the fight, Chris. It's all over.
And about 150 remaining in the 6th.
Miguel Santana wanted to come in this fight, use body punches to establish himself in this fight. Instead of living by the sword, he died by the sword. It was the body punching by Pernell Whitaker that was decisive.
Well, speed of foot, speed of hands, got Pernell Whitaker. A U.S. title, a Pan American title, a world title, a gold medal in the Olympics, and another step closer to a world professional title in his 14th bout. He is awesome. He is tough to fight, and it was a game, Santana. We'll be back, of course, with an interview and time of the stopping of the 6th round, and Becky Dixon, of course. We'll return with more of ABC's Wide World of Sports coverage.
Pernell Whitaker won today's USBA lightweight title fight in his own hometown of Norfolk, Virginia. Let's go back now for more on that fight to Chris Schenkel. Chris?
Thank you very much, Becky. And there you look at the man that just won his 14th consecutive professional fight. Technical knockout, 110 of round 6. So that much time expired, and this speedster is really impressive. And fortunately, Lou Duva and his staff, Shelley Finkel, are not rushing the Olympians. He looked impressive, but he's not yet ready for Ramirez, Rosario, or Vinny Pazienza. How refreshing. We're a hometown, a house filled with hometown boxing fans. About 5,000 of them show their appreciation for what this 23-year-old has done in the amateur ranks and how he is progressing so rapidly as a professional boxer. Winning over Miguel Santana at 110 of the 6th round after Santana was down in the 2nd, cut in the 1st. Gamely came on, but Al Rothenberg, the referee, stopped the bout, feeling that Santana was taking too much punishment. And you'd have to agree, especially if you were to replay all the heavy punches, the telling punches that the little 134.5-pounder threw here in the ring. Pernell Whitaker, Sweet Pea, he is called. His 5th appearance here, very impressive. So let's go up and hear from him as Alex Walu is in the ring.
Thanks very much, Chris. Sweet Pea, the last fight against Mayweather, you came out right from the opening bell and you took charge. In this fight, you came out very quickly. He was coming to you, and you were able to land a lot of very powerful counter punches.
That's what the game plan was let him throw the wild shots and just keep my hands up high and then step in on the close and get the cleaner shot. I saw in the first round that I could easily counter off his right hand. He was throwing it wide. So then, as the rounds went on, then I started hitting him to the body. And I noticed when we were inside close, he was grunting when I was hitting him. So I knew just a matter of time. Then Lou and George told me to come out in the 6th round and just throw a left hand straight to the body. And that seemed like it took everything out of him.
Pernell, let's take a look at round 2. You came out and put him down twice in round 2. Let's take a look at the action here.
Yeah. See right there, I went to the body, and then I was able, Lou and them was telling me the right hook was going to knock him out. So I knew if I worked to the body and come with the right hook over the top, I would catch him. But then in a couple of the rounds, I started tightening up and tried to muscle the shots in. Then I caught myself, and I was just picking my shot.
Now here's the end of the fight, round 6. He got pretty aggressive in the start. And there, the body punches were just tremendous.
Yeah, and I know if I come up the middle, then he don't have a defense to stop that. So I was able to hit him with the left hands, as you can see, and then step around and get the body. And the referee had to stop it.
Were you surprised he stopped it at that point?
No, because I figured he would stop it around in the 4th round when I was hurting him. But you know, I just took my time, and he was a game fighter, and he didn't want to stop. So you know, I know if I keep letting the punishment on him, that the referee would have to stop it.
Pernell, we noticed after you had him hurt in round 2, rounds 3 and 4 and some of 5, you seemed to, you just said, did you tighten up a little bit? Were you tired? Were you trying too hard for a knockout? What was it?
In the first 2 rounds, when I hurt him in the first 2 rounds, I started tightening up, and I just had to relax. You know, I wasn't tired. I was just letting the punches flow out, and that kept me from getting tired. So, you know, I felt great, and I didn't know what round it was. I thought it was the 3rd round when it was the 6th round.
You said yesterday that you were going to go back to having fun again in the ring, that you were going to go back to the old Pernell Whitaker. Right. Is that what happened?
That's right. And you can tell by looking at me that I was just out there to have fun. I stopped letting the media dictate my fights and just go out and do what I do best. And Alice, you saw it, and you told me to go out there and do that, so thanks.
You listen to Lou Duba most of the time, Pernell. Lou, when are you going to put him in a title fight? You're not going to rush him, I'm sure.
No, I'm looking for another good fight that the public will enjoy. We can put on television over here. Pete is punching like hell right now. He's coming into his own right now. His talent's coming out of him. The time will come for a title match. But right now, I really want to show him. I really want to get him a little more experience, and I want to get him up there where the public will know that he's ready for a title match at a later date.
Thanks very much, Lou. Congratulations, Pernell. Let's go back to Chris Schenkel at ringside.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Well, we're glad to hear that. Take their time. Remember, Sugar Ray Leonard didn't win his first title until he had won 25 straight.
Title shot. He's the IBF #1 contender, and he's got his eye on the winner of Julio Cesar Chavez and Meldrick Taylor. Tonight, he'll have to get by 24-year-old Santos Cardona, who very nearly upset Terrence Ali in his last outing. Cardona thinks Bramble has had his day. Now it's his turn to shine. So tonight, it's Razai Bramble and Santos Cardona for the NABF Super Lightweight title as Top Rank Boxing returns to Atlantic City. And we move inside to Merv Griffin's Resorts International Hotel for a night of boxing that will show us a couple of top-rated